Please be seated. It is really a joy for me, a great honor, to welcome all of you to this wonderful event, the 86th Commencement for the College of St. Benedict. I welcome you, families and friends of our graduates, honored guests, our esteemed faculty and staff, but most especially you, the graduating class of 2001. I suppose on a day like this, we feel mixed about your departure. Perhaps the weather is a metaphor, a little sun, and a lot of gray clouds too. But this is a time that we don't say goodbye. We simply cast the lines off and let you go on your journey, wherever the winds may blow, wherever they'll take you. What's important for you to remember, though, is that this will always be a safe harbor for you. This will be a home for you. To begin this afternoon, I would like to introduce to you the members of today's platform party. I begin by introducing to you the Provost of the College of St. Benedict. On my right, Dr. Neil Thorborn. Next to Dr. Thorborn is the Prioress of the Order of the Sisters of St. Benedict and a trustee of the college, Sister Ephraim Hollerman. Next is Lori Rivard, President of the Alumni Council and a trustee of the college. And to her right is the Director of Campus Ministry, Sister Mary Catherine Hollicky. On my left in the platform party is our commencement speaker, Helen Thomas, whom I will introduce at greater length a bit later in the program. And next to Helen is the Dean of the College, Rita Knazel. In our audience, we also have 4 trustees of the college: Mrs. Raja Kolb, Sister Grace Donovan, the Honorable Elizabeth Hayden, and Ms. Dana Badgerow.
God of dreams, on this day of commencement we gather in your name, our hearts bursting with contrasting emotions. A tear holds the paradox of profound joy and quiet pensiveness as we celebrate our achievements while knowing that we will soon take up paths that lead us in many and varied directions. We arrived on this campus as strangers. Our homes were as far away as Africa, Japan, and the Bahamas, and as close as the heartland of Minnesota. We have come to the College of St. Benedict with a single purpose: commitment to our academic pursuit, only to be surprised by the ways in which you, O God, have drawn us toward wisdom. Our eyes have seen in the faces of the poor, the homeless, the sick, the elders, and the children, and now we see you more clearly. Our ears have heard stories of a dream held by pioneering women, women of vision, our Benedictine sisters, and we claim our voice to speak with boldness new dreams, gifting the world with renewed hope and creative imagining. Our hearts have felt the pain and confusion when death caught us by surprise. And we commit ourselves to be intentional about living from the heart of gratitude. Our hands had been clenched as we entered this new place, uncertain about so much. And we have learned that opening ourselves to one another enables us to embrace compassionate understanding and friendship. Our feet at times may have stumbled along our path, and yet we walk in mindfulness, attentive to the way before us, your way. You, O God, have been with us in the past. We are confident that you are present to us here and now, and will continue to draw us to yourself. May our hearts be ever-changing, ever in growth, as we seek to respond fully to your gift of life. May we welcome the tears that hold the paradox, knowing blessing in their tender honesty. Hold us in your desire for your life in us, so that in all things, all ways of being, you, God, may be glorified. Amen.
In 1942, thousands of young men were called into action to fight on the Pacific and European fronts, leaving a gaping hole in this nation's workforce. This was the moment when women everywhere took on jobs that they had never before had available. One young woman, who had recently then graduated from Detroit's Wayne State University, saw her opportunity to fulfill a dream that she'd had since high school. She could get into the news business. Helen Thomas, our honored guest and speaker today, made her way that year to Washington, D.C. to take her first job as what was called then a copy boy. She worked on what was called then, and now defunct, the Washington Daily News. But by the next year, she was writing radio news for United Press International and for the Washington Press Corps. In 1945, with the war over and the return of the nation's male population, most of those women who had mastered new jobs, they went home to assume traditional roles as homemakers. Not Helen. She remained in Washington, and the rest is quite literally history. During her 57-year career as a correspondent for UPI and as the White House bureau chief, Helen was our front row ears and eyes during the administration of 8 presidents, from Kennedy to Clinton. Like a great hurdler, Helen has been running the track, jumping hurdles to get the story and to get it right for most of her life. Along the way, she set the pace and removed obstacles for many women journalists, indeed for many women. She was the first woman officer and president of the White House Correspondents Association, and the first woman member of that historic Gridiron Club. Among the many, many awards and honors that she has so deservedly received, one is particularly noteworthy. She was the first woman and the first wire service reporter given the National Press Club's 4th Estate Award for her outstanding career in journalism. Helen Thomas wasn't always merely sitting in the front row of the White House press briefings waiting to say, "Thank you, Mr. President." Much of the time, she was following the nation's leaders around the world, asserting herself on behalf of all of us who have a right and a need to know the truth. An example of her daring do is recounted in her wonderful book, Front Row at the White House, when she describes getting caught in a crowd of Soviet citizens who were crowding Nancy and Ronald Reagan. They were all getting too close for the local KGB. This is what she writes. Things were getting fairly confusing, and the press pool began running after the president with KGB agents, elbowing people out of the way and knocking some of us to the ground. About 100 yards from Spazo House, 2 KGB agents grabbed me and started dragging me down the street. I started screaming, and Nancy stepped back 3 or 4 steps, grabbed my coat, and began yelling, "She's with us!" The agents let me go. Are we ever glad they did? Helen Thomas may not be chasing after presidents these days, but her intellectual curiosity, her nose for news, and her drive is just as keen as ever. As a columnist now for the Hearst newspapers, she has the opportunity, as do we, to know what she really thinks. How fortunate we are to have her, this incredible woman journalist, with us today. Would you please join me in welcoming to the podium Helen Thomas.
Thank you. It's always hard to hear your obituary. Good afternoon, Madam President, members of the board, members of the faculty, members of the graduating class, family, and friends. I am deeply honored to be here and devoted to the proposition that educated women can lead in the 21st century as they never have before. Just don't blow it. Education is the passport to a better life and puts you on a learning curve to eternity. Knowledge is power, and that is what you have achieved today. But with it comes a great responsibility to help the less fortunate, the uneducated, and those who are striving, to help to end poverty and tyranny in this world. You are inheriting the so-called real world, and you can see that it's not a perfect world. But it is one that you can improve, and there is no time to lose in the struggle against man's inhumanity to man. I am reminded of the story John F. Kennedy used to tell us so often. It seems that there was a French nobleman who asked his gardener to plant a certain tree. "But monsieur," the gardener said, "it will take 100 years for this tree to grow to full size." In that case, the nobleman said, "we must begin immediately." Remember, this is but a step along a great journey, life's great journey, but there are many more mountains for you to climb, and you have the world and time to right some of the wrongs and to make us a more just society. In this country, there are problems of racism, the gap between the rich and the poor, 40 million people in this country without health insurance, 2 million children eligible for Head Start but can't get into the classes for lack of federal funding. Too many guns, too much violence. Abroad, there are problems of poverty, starvation, AIDS epidemic, the killing fields in the Middle East and the Balkans. No man is an island, and yes, we are and have been our brother's keeper. The philosopher Santayana has said, if we do not remember the mistakes of the past, we are doomed to repeat them in the future. Remember, in the last century, and certainly in this particular period, so many made the ultimate sacrifice for us in 2 world wars, Korea, Vietnam, not to mention the 50-year Cold War. At the same time, all has not been lost. We have made great breakthroughs in the last century in civil rights, women's rights, human rights. We also made remarkable strides in high-tech, robotics. We landed on the moon. We're going to Mars because there's a universe out there, and our quest for knowledge should never end. To the graduates, I say, set your goals high. Shoot for the stars. Find the work that will enhance and give meaning to your lives. Find the job that will make you love to go to work every day. I often think of the times that I heard Kennedy tell young people who visited the White House to strive for excellence. He would always give them his definition of happiness, taken from the Greeks: the fullest use of one's powers, talents, along lines of excellence. Bobby Kennedy took his inspiration from George Bernard Shaw. Some men see things as they are and ask why. I dream of things that never were and ask, why not? And then there is the question of public service, to give something back to our country and to mankind. I remember during the Watergate scandal hearings, when a young Nixon aide was asked by a senator what he would tell any other young man who wanted to go into public service. And he replied, I'd tell him to stay away. But then there was another young man who wrote public service on his job application. And when he was asked why, he said, I didn't know there was an alternative. In my own lifetime, I have had the good fortune to choose a profession I love, which is an education every day. In the news business, you can never stop learning. I like to think that I cover history every day. And who is it who said history is one damn thing after another? For journalists, the Holy Grail is the search for truth. Of course, no president has ever liked the press, dating back to George Washington. I wasn't covering him, but Franklin D. Roosevelt inscribed his photograph to the White House press reporters from their devoted victim. Kennedy told us, I'm reading more and enjoying it less. What Lyndon B. Johnson said is unprintable. And once we walked into the cabinet room, and Nixon looked up and said, it's only coincidental that we're talking about pollution when the press walks in. And when President Reagan was told that a press helicopter had been fired on at the Honduran border, he said, there's some good in everyone. And when a friend asked President Clinton why the press always went along in the motorcade when he went jogging, he laughed and said, they just want to see if I drop dead. That's true. I understand that it is the prerogative of every commencement speaker to give gratuitous, unsolicited, cliche advice. So here goes. To thine own self be true. Send not to ask for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for you. Be outraged and fight against the injustice all around you. Remember, eternal vigilance is the price of liberty. Give peace a chance and let it begin with you. If ignorance were bliss, 'twould be folly to be wise. Keep that smile on your face. Brush your teeth every day. Get a life. And somewhere along the way to the forum, take time out to thank your family, your teachers, your friends for helping to make this wonderful day possible. Now, Voyager, sail forth and seek and find and never give up. My congratulations. May all your dreams come true. We have great expectations. Thank you.
splendid. There is so little we can do to thank Helen, but we can do one thing, and that is present her with the college's highest award, the President's Medal, which is the official insignia of the president of the College of St. Benedict, given to those people who distinguish themselves through individual achievement. The award recognizes the talents, efforts, and dedication required to meet new challenges, and is usually bestowed on a nationally known and respected individual in recognition of his or her outstanding achievement. The award symbolizes the college's dedication to the pursuit of excellence and the attainment of personal triumphs. At this time, I would like to ask you, Helen, to join me at the podium, please. I will now read the citation. For your legendary sense of justice in seeking and obtaining access, information, and truth from the leaders of our country. For your sharing the front row seat on history with all Americans. For your advocacy of women, of journalists, and of truth seekers everywhere. For your tenacious courage in insisting on your rightful place and therefore opening the door for other women, the College of St. Benedict presents the President's Medal to a populist legend and an American hero, Helen Thomas, 26 May 2001.
Thank you. Thank you. My cup runneth over. Thank you.
Unfortunately, Helen is still on the run and has a plane to catch, so she won't be able to stay for the entire ceremony. So if you see her disappear, it's to catch that plane later on. So. It is now my joy to introduce today's student speaker, Sara Willi. Sara is from Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, a peace studies major with a social science concentration. Sara has been involved in service, activism, and campus organizing while here at the College of St. Benedict. In her undergraduate career, Sara participated in a semester-long Metro Urban Studies term that dealt with inequality and poverty. She studied abroad in South Africa in the spring of her junior year and was an International Human Rights Fellow in Belfast, Northern Ireland last summer. Sara plans to do national peace and justice organizing work and is now in the process of applying to various organizations. Will you please join me in welcoming Sara Willi?
A little taller than everyone else, I think. All right, welcome and thank you. I struggled in finding what to say at today's commencement ceremony. What words are worthy of you, your friends and family, and this day where we move forward from our time here? I could never hope to sum up what each of your experiences has been, or what graduating today means to you. Perhaps all that can be done is to pose a simple question as I stand before you. How do we go from here? Now the question asks how and not where, because as we leave today, we all go out into the world, to many places, in countless ways, to do different things. And destination never matters as much as the journey we take to get there. In addressing how we go from here, it is imperative to remember a few things. We are called to keep in mind our interconnectedness. As humans, we are bound up with each other and with the earth. What is done to one is done to all. We are challenged also to recall and use our education. If they say ignorance is bliss, then perhaps education is responsibility. Our graduation today marks several years and many, many dollars spent in the pursuit of knowledge. And relatively speaking, few will achieve what we have today. How will we use what we have learned? What will we do with the knowledge that worldwide 1.2 billion people live in poverty? That in the US, the wealthiest nation in the world, 40 million people are poor, including 1 out of every 4 children. That the richest 1% of this nation owns 40% of the nation's wealth. That in this year's federal budget, $305 billion was allocated to military spending, almost 10 times the amount spent on education. The weight of poverty, war, and disease is very, very heavy. But we must always remember our power to change things. We are not responsible for the way in which the world was given to us, but we will be held responsible for the way in which we give the world to the future generations. I believe fully that we can make a difference. We are the next leaders, teachers, presidents, and parents. As a Hopi elder said, we are the ones we've been waiting for. You are the one you've been waiting for. As we leave here today, we are challenged to take another step, as Gandhi called his followers to do. And I'm not speaking merely of a step for a good job or an even higher education, for that only answers the question of where we go from here. To fully answer the question of how we will go from here, we must take another step in how we will walk the journey. Will we let go of fear and see the human in the marginalized, the foreigner, the convicted, the stranger, and the enemy? Will we have enough courage to break the silence when we know of injustice? Will we leave the world's children a place where life matters more than politics, money, and power? Will we live and act knowing that our freedom and liberation is dependent on everyone else's? I believe that we can. I believe that we must. And while we perhaps cannot forcibly change the hearts, minds, and actions of the rest of the world, we can change our own, and that will mean all the difference. I wish you wisdom, happiness, and love in how you take the steps after you live here. Peace be the journey.
Thank you so much, Sara, and I know you speak not only on your behalf, but on behalf of the 480 women who are your classmates. And speaking of your classmates, it is now time for me to invite the Provost, Dr. Neil Thorburn, to the podium for the conferral of degrees.
Today's program lists 480 candidates for the baccalaureate degree. The College of St. Benedict is happy to recognize these degree candidates. It is understood that the appropriate degrees are earned by the candidates who successfully complete all requirements for that degree by the end of the academic year. Will the candidates for the degrees please rise? Dr. Mary Lyons, President of the College of St. Benedict, these students are now presented to you for conferral of the appropriate degrees.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the College of St. Benedict and St. John's University, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon these candidates whose names appear in the commencement program the appropriate Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science degrees indicated, with all the attendant rights and privileges of which the degrees to be given to them shall be forever the testimony. Now I would ask the Dean of the College, Dr. Rita Knazel, to read the names of the candidates for degrees.
May I ask the audience to please withhold your applause until all candidates have received their degrees. Thank you. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors: Jessica Danielle Ackerman, magna cum laude, Social Work, Alexandria. Erin Nicole Adler, cum laude, English, Anoka. Jessie Lynn Allschlager, cum laude, Liberal Studies, Underwood. Amanda Mary Albers, magna cum laude, Elementary Education, Wausau, Wisconsin. Ramey Virginia Alexander, magna cum laude, English, New York, New York. Nikki Aaron Anderson, magna cum laude, Mathematics, Montevideo. Stephanie Jean Anderson, summa cum laude, Delta Epsilon Sigma, Biology, Blaine. Patrice Elizabeth Barrett, cum laude, Spanish, Woodbury. Teresa Marguerite Benoit, summa cum laude, Delta Epsilon Sigma, Psychology, Faribault. Holly Lynn Baru, magna cum laude, Mathematics, Brewster. Anna Grace Brutlog, cum laude, Liberal Studies, Wendell. Deidre Marie Burgoyne, cum laude, Music, Sauk Rapids. Angela Jo Bussey, magna cum laude, Accounting, Brooklyn Park. Carolyn Pauline Capecchi, summa cum laude, all college honors, distinction in French and biology major, Oakdale. Erin Kathleen Casey, summa cum laude, mathematics, Coon Rapids. Kelly Erin Cheerhart, magna cum laude, social work, Cold Spring. Jane Katrina Sirksena, cum laude, liberal studies, Northfield. Cheryl Ann Collar, magna cum laude, elementary education, Shakopee. Kelly Jean Cornelius, magna cum laude, psychology, Becker. Jennifer Maudici Dawson, magna cum laude, communication and theater, Duluth. Angela Marie Dingles, cum laude, nutrition, Northfield. Anne Catherine Dotson, cum laude, French, Minneapolis. Jennifer Jean Dunn, magna cum laude, natural science, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Angela Ray Engelbart, magna cum laude, music, Anamosa, Iowa. Laura Jean Farmer, summa cum laude, Delta Epsilon Sigma, psychology, St. Cloud. Robin Jean Florup, magna cum laude, history and social science, Mountain Iron. Catherine Norrell Francis, summa cum laude, Delta Epsilon Sigma, distinction in theater, Jordan. Natalie Ann Frechtel, summa cum laude, mathematics, Egan. Jenny Elizabeth Gardner, magna cum laude, all college honors, distinction in English, Hazlitt, Michigan. Colleen Aaron Gross, cum laude, political science and Spanish, Wausau, Wisconsin. Elizabeth Ann Hartman, egregia cum laude, music, Shodo, Montana. Lisa Marie Hayden, cum laude, nutrition, Egan. Molly Quinn Hayes, magna cum laude, psychology, West Des Moines, Iowa. Elizabeth Ann Herzog, cum laude, psychology, Jordan. Claire Marie Hill, egregia cum laude, natural science, St. Cloud. Heather Lynn Hinnenkamp, cum laude, elementary education, Gray Eagle. Anne Marie Hobday, summa cum laude, Delta Epsilon Sigma, natural science, St. Cloud. Patricia Marie Hobday, egregia cum laude, Delta Epsilon Sigma, biology, St. Cloud. Marcy K. Hochhalter, summa cum laude, all college honors, distinction in psychology, Minnetonka. Linda Christine Hoffman, cum laude, elementary education, Bellingham. Julie Christine Jerbeck, magna cum laude, Delta Epsilon Sigma, nutrition, Spicer. Katie Beth Kaufman, accounting and management, Sartell. Sarah Jane Keene, natural science, Sioux City, Iowa, cum laude. Donna Lynn Neville, magna cum laude, biology, Waite Park. Ingrid Elise Knudsen, egregia cum laude, biology, Minnetonka. Kimberly Jo Cosi, magna cum laude, communication, North Oaks. Brooke Danelle Kreitinger, summa cum laude, French and German, Rochester. Trissa Ellen Kniesel, cum laude, elementary education, Zimmerman. Sarah Ann Kurtzel, magna cum laude, Delta Epsilon Sigma, Peace Studies, Coon Rapids. Latoya Cancelin Madden, magna cum laude, social science, Nassau, Bahamas. Raina Juliet Manley, summa cum laude, elementary education, Annandale. Janelle Marie Maruska, cum laude, management in Spanish, Lengby. Kelly K. McSherry, cum laude, political science, Pequot Lakes. Shana Marie Mengelko, psychology in Spanish, Plymouth, magna cum laude. Karine Elizabeth Nelson, cum laude, theater, Battle Lake. Larissa Marie Oman, cum laude, management, St. Joseph. Maria Claire Opitz, magna cum laude, English, St. Joseph. Caroline Ann Otis, cum laude, biology, Blaine. Cynthia Marie Parlin, cum laude, music, Blaine. Amy Christine Peffer, magna cum laude, psychology and Spanish, New Hope. Amy Marie Peterson, summa cum laude, Delta Epsilon Sigma, Peace Studies, Richfield. Amy Ellen Pratt, cum laude, art, Waite Park. Elizabeth Ann Pribble, cum laude, biology, Albert Lee. Ann Dixon Price, cum laude, biology, Coon Rapids. Dagny Katrina Prosa, cum laude, biology, Nassau, Bahamas. Alyssa Marie Rath, cum laude, management, Winthrop. Bernadette L. Robbins, summa cum laude, management, Nassau, Bahamas. Patricia Lynn Robbins, cum laude, communication, Bloomington. Jill Teresa Rail, cum laude, English, Albany. Sabrina Marie Rutter, cum laude, elementary education, St. Cloud. Amanda Marie Sass, magna cum laude, English, St. Cloud. Tracy Lynn Shear, magna cum laude, psychology, Hutchinson. Alyssa Lynn Schlegel, summa cum laude, elementary education, Rush City. Sarah Bernice Schmidt, magna cum laude, communication, Plainview. Tammy Renee Scholke, magna cum laude, accounting, Plymouth. Elizabeth Arlene Sevchek, magna cum laude, Peace Studies, Jeffers. Carrie Nell Shaughnessy, magna cum laude, Liberal Studies, Long Lake. Maria Jane Stanek, cum laude, English, Little Falls. Patricia Ann Stang, magna cum laude, Psychology, Belgrade. Sarah Ann Starkovich, cum laude, Elementary Education, Virginia. Laura Ann Stengram, egregia cum laude, Delta Epsilon Sigma, English, Westminster, Colorado. Elizabeth Faye Thole, magna cum laude, Peace Studies, Raymond. Michelle Susan Thompson, magna cum laude, Elementary Education, NASA, Bahamas. Kelly Christine Unger, summa cum laude, English, Annandale. Amber Rihanna Upgren, magna cum laude, Communication and Spanish, St. Joseph. Lisa Ann Velez, magna cum laude, English, Maple Grove. Carla Marie Waldorf, Natural Science, magna cum laude, Brainerd. Catherine Marie Weldon, magna cum laude, Management, Golden Valley. Letitia Ann Wessel, cum laude, Sociology, Swanville. Sarah Johanna Wilcox, magna cum laude, Chemistry, Benson. Bonnie Linda Whitkop, magna cum laude, English, Albany. Barbara Jean Young, cum laude, Communication and English, Minneapolis. Sarah Ann Young, magna cum laude, Biology, St. Cloud. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science with honors in nursing. Katie Johanna Doubler, cum laude, Brooklyn Park. Tracy Ann Imdicke, magna cum laude, New London. Amy Renee Novak, magna cum laude, Omaha, Nebraska. Mandra Jean Pfaffinger, magna cum laude, Blue Earth. Lori Lee Pierce, cum laude, Motley. Nancy Ann Rossman, magna cum laude, St. Cloud. Rebecca Jane Ubel, magna cum laude, Bloomington. Catherine Ann Young, magna cum laude, Fridley. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Hiltina Nicole Adderley, Dietetics, Nassau, Bahamas. Rachel Rochelle Aesop, Dietetics, Highmore, South Dakota. Therese Annette Albertson, Accounting, Merrifield. Janie Nina Albury, Accounting, Nassau, Bahamas. Shannon Marie Lonergan Ultrich, Theater, Donnelly. Elizabeth Margaret Anderson, Biology, Mount Morris, Illinois. Cheryl Catherine Arsenault, Elementary Education, Melrose. Christine Ann Ardolph, Liberal Studies, Browerville. Jill Doris Arnold, Elementary Education, St. Cloud. Mary Catherine Arnold, Accounting, Clear Lake. Anna Lee Arnquist, Psychology, Hoffman. Ave Adele Trisia Bahadur, Biology, Pinal, Trinidad, West Indies. Lisa Stidger Ballman, Economics, St. Paul. Terrell Elizabeth Barton, Elementary Education, Nassau, Bahamas. Lisa Nicole Battis, English, Roseville. Alicia Ray Baumgarn, Psychology, Urbandale, Iowa. Catherine Ann Beauregard, Social Work, Nairobi, Kenya. Elizabeth Dorothy Becker, Peace Studies, Northfield. Tessa Ann Beckers, Elementary Education, New Munich. Allison Linda Benson, Accounting, Cloquet. Angela Ray Benson, Management, Buffalo. Margaret Claire Blankenship, Sociology, Anoka. Carolyn Louise Boats, Biology, St. Joseph. Maria Ann Betger, Management, New Ulm. Anne Marie Banach, Communication and German, Plymouth. Allison Marie Borman, Natural Science, Plymouth. Jessica Marie Boss, Biology, Hayward, Wisconsin. Angela Marie Braun, Psychology, Cloquet. Melita Elizabeth Brown, Elementary Education, Albertville. Jean Marie Bruder, Accounting and Economics, Winona. Jessica Elise Bryant, Psychology, Eden Prairie. Emily Ann Bunce, Management, Stillwater. Anne Marie Butler, Communication, St. Paul. Carrie Tiffany Marie Bicey, Psychology, Glenwood. Laura Christine Caldwell, Psychology, Egan. Sherry Donnell Callahan, Management, Randall. Grace Louise Campbell, Management, NASA, Bahamas. Katrie Karen Carlson, Economics, Grand Rapids. Nicole Lorraine Castoni, Educational Studies, Columbia Heights. Lori Louise Chappell, Liberal Studies, Wilmer. Bridget Simone Charbonneau, Biology and Chemistry, Sheldon, Iowa. Carrie Lil Christensen, Management, Woodbury. Emily Ann Christensen, Elementary Education, Lakeville. Suzanne Marie Coffey, Management, Andover. Lisa Marie Coleman, Computer Science, Prior Lake. Christine Mary Condon, Biology, St. Cloud. Kelly Lou Connor, Communication and Management, St. Peter. J.C. Lynn Corey, Liberal Studies, Vernon Center. Molly Bernadette Corrigan, Communication and English, Omaha, Nebraska. Michelle Mary Crow, Communication and Psychology, Northfield. Shannon Marie Curie, Communication, Burnsville. Suzanne Marie Dady, Communication, Eden Prairie. Rosalind Joy Dahlman, Sociology, Wright. Callie Marie Danner, Biology, Anoka. Angela Marie Devon, Management, Eden Prairie. Amy Marie Deedon, Liberal Studies, Northfield. Elizabeth Grace DeZiel, Liberal Studies, Onamia. Anne Michelle Dornadin, Biology, Eden Prairie. Kristen Michelle Drunksveit, English, Prior Lake. Mendy Lynn Dusterhoft, Management, St. Paul. Mary Frances Ebnett, Peace Studies, Hopkins. Catherine Marie Edwards, Theology, Prior Lake. Jennifer Marie Elliott, Art, Colorado Springs, Colorado. Jessie Marie Engelhart, Dietetics, Fargo, North Dakota. Kelly Jo Erickson, Psychology, Bird Island. Maria Christine Ervasti, Management, Rosemount. Catherine Ann Yvonne, French, Schaumburg, Illinois. Suzanne Marie Fahey, Communication, Little Canada. Britt Marie Ferendorf, Management, Egan. Shonda Nicole Farnham, Psychology, Delano. Jennifer Lynn Fisher, Management, Woodbury. Marie Teresa Force, Communication, Little Falls. Sarah Johanna Fowler, Dietetics, Holdingford. Mindy Janelle Fraden, Communication, Stillwater. Christy Nicole Frank, Accounting, Fairfax. Andrea Christine Franzen, Computer Science, Hummel. Angelique Renee Frecking, Biology, Fulda. Julie Marie Freeler, Biology, Melrose. Wendy Rayanne Fugelstad, Art, Nevis. Janelle Marie Gaines, Psychology, Little Falls. Gina Marie Gass, Psychology, Olivia. Susan Marie Gaybeck, English, Grosse Pointe Woods, Michigan. Rachel Elizabeth Ginati, Communication, Winthrop, Massachusetts. Kate Jenna Glanzer, Management, Little Canada. Erin Marie Gleason, Art and Art History, Wilmer. Emily Ray Glenn, Sociology, Painesville. Sarah Lynn Glover, Sociology, Maple Grove. Amy Marie Goltz, Political Science and Psychology, Maple Grove. Anne Kathleen Gutwald, Elementary Education, Rice. Nicolette Alicia Gray, English, Blaine. Mary Joan Greeley, Elementary Education, Maplewood. Stacy Ann Gully, Management, Painesville. Leah Jean Gustafson, Biology, Coon Rapids. Tiffany Ann Haig, Psychology, Darwin. Emily Anita Haig, Liberal Studies, San Francisco, California. Nancy Jean Hafner, Liberal Studies, Avon. Kelly Marie Hammer, Elementary Education, Kimball. Jillian Narissa Hanna, Management, NASA, Bahamas. Jean Marie Harlson, Management, Egan. Carrie Elizabeth Hartman, Natural Science, Fridley. Elizabeth Nicole Hayes, Political Science, Big Lake. Melissa Jean Hemmelgarn, Theology, St. Cloud. Catherine Hankemeyer, Social Work, St. Cloud. Megan Michelle Sune Hensel, Peace Studies, Center City. Heidi Marie Hicks, Communication, St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin. Kristen Lynn Hillemeyer, Economics, Olivia. Bethany Faye Heiss, Psychology, Cold Spring. Shannon Therese Hogan, Liberal Studies, Apple Valley. Sarah Elizabeth Holker, Distinction in Social Work, Burnsville. Bethany Jean Howard, Elementary Education, Coon Rapids. Karen Ann Hunstiger, Sociology, Scottsdale, Arizona. Jill Marie Hurst, Individualized Dietetics, Rochester. Jennifer Ray Jaco, English, Rapid City, South Dakota. Elizabeth Irene Jarvie, Communication, Dayton. Tracy Ann Judlicksky, Mathematics, Malacca. Catherine Roberts Jeffrey, Elementary Education, Eden Prairie. Christine Marie Johnson, Dietetics, Hastings. Jessica Suzanne Johnson, Communication in Spanish, Excelsior. Leah Deanne Johnson, Psychology, Silver Bay. Rebecca Lynn Johnson, Biology, North Branch. Renee Lynn Johnson, Biology, Minneapolis. Kelly Lynn Jolkowski, Art History, Corcoran. Rebecca Ann Juni, Psychology, White Bear Lake. Sarah Jean Kahlert, Accounting, Cold Spring. Katie Ann Kaiser, Sociology, Spicer. Catherine Ann Caproth, Liberal Studies, Foley. Katie Ann Keeley, Spanish, Minnetonka. Jennifer Marie Kelly, Natural Science, St. Cloud. Allison N. Kern, Biology, Cokato. Teresa Joanne Kidd, Elementary Education, St. Cloud. Dong Un Kim, Accounting, Seoul, Korea. Kristen Marie Kirchberg, Spanish, White Bear Lake. Kim Marie Klecker, Management, Roseville. Megan Ann Kleibacher, Natural Science, Madison, South Dakota. Deborah Ann Klein, Peace Studies, St. Cloud. Kelly Christine Knutson, Communication, Brooklyn Park. Renee Deanna Nolas, Management, NASA, Bahamas. Michelle Lee Cook, Management, Savage. Jennifer Marie Kuckelman, Management, Fairfax. Nicole Marie Koenig, Psychology, Shoreview. Amanda Mary Koop, Sociology, Osseo. Christine Marie Kolbinger, Biology, Shoreview. Angela Nicole Kaloje, Biology, Blaine. Lori Jo Koos, Management, Avon. Carrie Sullivan Copo, Management, Burnsville. Laura Kate Corral, Individualized Medical Technology, Bolus. Christina Mary Kortenbush, Management, Albany. Christina Lee Kubicek, Biology, Wilmer. Christy Sue Kubista, Distinction in Biology, Delano. Suzanne Michelle Kabuchek, Communication, Prior Lake. Lisa Jean Keekley, Mathematics and Computer Science, Shakopee. Rebecca Ann Keekley, Natural Science, Watkins. Meredith Catherine Kirsch, Management, White Bear Lake. Mindy Lou Kowal, Physics, Wilmer. Stella Celeste Levesque, English, Cheyenne, Wyoming. Amy Beth Lacrosse, Distinction in English, Garrettson, South Dakota. Catherine Ann Lawless, Communication, Mendota Heights. Kathleen Rose Lang, Communication, Brainerd. Teresa Jeanette Langer, English, Big Lake. Rebecca Ann Larson, Management, Egan. Kelly Marie Lozon, Accounting, Brooklyn Park. Angela Ann Levine, Psychology, Egan. Rose Mary Leggett, Biology, Roscoe. Jessica Elizabeth Lassard, Management, Austin. Julie Ann Lewandowski, Liberal Studies, San Jose, California. Jennifer Ann Liedl, Biology, Maplewood. Leah Catherine Lidner, Management, Egan. Tricia Lee Line, Accounting, Cromwell. Michelle Christine Lon, Management, Belgrade. Suzanne Michelle Luce, Psychology, Oakdale. Jamie Andrewette Lowe, Elementary Education, Nassau, Bahamas. Jennifer May Laurie, Natural Science, South St. Paul. Bridget Carol Lubas, Accounting, West Des Moines, Iowa. Jennifer Ann Lucas, English, St. Peter. Natasha Yvette Ludens, History, Brooklyn Park. Christy Lee Mocht, Accounting, Marshall. Shanique Touras Major, Elementary Education, Nassau, Bahamas. Amy Lynn Maleka, Computer Science, Waseca. Amy Maureen Mangan, Management, La Center. Karen Julie Marketon, Elementary Education, Howard Lake. Catherine Isabel Marvin, English, War Road. Katie Marion Maurer, Sociology, Foley. Megan Marie Maurer, Communication, Northfield. Bernice Vanessa McLean, Medical Technology, NASA, Bahamas. Molly Catherine McClure, Sociology, St. Paul. Sherry Louise McCard, English, South International Falls. Sydney Alice Patrice McKenzie, Management, NASA, Bahamas. Meredith McLeod, Political Science, Duluth. Elizabeth Ann McClune, Political Science, Mankato. Lindsay Suzanne Meyer, Management, Chanhassen. Elizabeth Ann Myers, Psychology, North Oaks. Mary Melinda Michael, Elementary Education, St. Paul. Marjorie Elizabeth Milbert, Economics, Cold Spring. Erin Elizabeth Miller, Individualized Natural Science, Duluth. Sarah Christine Miller, Communication, Buffalo. Angie Marie Minerath, Political Science, Cold Spring. Amanda Lee Mitchell, English, Vail, South Dakota. Tabitha Wajiro Moshe, Biology, Nairobi, Kenya. Robin Marie Mogelson, Elementary Education, Golden Valley. Vera Ann C. Turner-Moss, Liberal Studies, Nassau, Bahamas. Amy Jo Molsoff, Dietetics, Foley. Renee Catherine Moxie, Elementary Education, Nassau, Bahamas. Alexia Karen Musari Muchisu, Economics, Kakamega, Kenya. Raquel Tara Micklewhite, Psychology, NASA, Bahamas. Margaret Helen Nelson, Elementary Education, Watkins. Stacy Marie Nelson, Psychology, Maplewood. Mary Anna New, Mathematics and Physics, Painesville. Jenny Marie Nikoski, Management, Sartell. Anne Marie Nolan, Communication, Mankato. Melinda Mary Knoll, Social Work, St. Martin. Atakuzwe Victor Nirinda, Individualized Education, Tanzania. Elizabeth Ann O'Leary, Biology, Minneapolis. Heather Elizabeth Oakley, Liberal Studies, Brooklyn Park. Jessica Christine Oberg, Elementary Education, Eden Prairie. Felicia Maria Oakes, English, Afton. Holly Marie Olmscheid, Philosophy, Painesville. Jennifer Ray Olson, English, Redwood Falls. Sarah Kate Olson, Communication, Shakopee. Melody Lynn Otto, Elementary Education, Detroit Lakes. Bobby Jane Sedella Outen, Management, Nassau, Bahamas. Pammy Jo Palm, Social Science, Bertram. Tammy Joy Palm, Sociology, Bertram. Jennifer Jean Patnode, Elementary Education, Bemidji. Amanda Marie Patton, Music, St. Cloud. Elizabeth Anna Peach, Elementary Education, Andover. Rebecca Kathleen Penfield, Political Science, Jefferson City, Missouri. Natalie Jean Peterson, Sociology, Canby. Noelle A. Peterson, Communication, Eden Prairie. Emily Joy Patron, Sociology, Burnsville. Sarah Ann Funenstein, Music and Psychology, St. Joseph. Von Cam Tifan, Biology, St. Cloud. Andrea Lynn Fanoff, Individualized Marketing, Coon Rapids. Greta Jean Phillips, Psychology, Rosemount. Teresa Marie Picard, English, Fargo, North Dakota. Jamie Lynn Patelko, Biology, Vadnais Heights. Lonnie Duran Polworth, English, Grangeville, Idaho. Anna Barbara Paulzine, Psychology, Mankato. Shireen Catherine Powell, Communication and Political Science, Minnesota Lake. Alyssa Marie Prain, Psychology, Aberdeen, South Dakota. Colleen Elizabeth Probst, Management, Roseville. Megan Kyla Quayle, Dietetics, St. Cloud. Christina Nicole Radmer, Psychology, Eden Prairie. Haley Patricia Rikoski, Management, Blaine. Dana Mae Reneker, Dietetics, Freeport. Gretchen Mary Rhodes, Spanish, Burnsville. Kara Ray Richter, Elementary Education, Edina. Anne Marie Ringsey, Political Science, Fargo, North Dakota. Sarah Beth Rishmiller, Psychology, Brooklyn Park. Leslyn Valentina Robinson, Elementary Education, Nassau, Bahamas. Catherine Lynn Rostein, Psychology, St. Cloud. Trina Marie Rostein, Management, Piers. Jennifer Jane Rowe, Communication, Andover. Justine Marie Rubendahl, Communication, Carroll, Iowa. Kathleen M. Ryan, Theology, Plymouth. Wendy Lee Richwalski, Biology, Apple Valley. Anne Cecilia Sayer, Social Work, Little Falls. Colleen Marie Salzner, Social Work, Fridley. Cassandra Lee Sanford, Liberal Studies, Princeton. Catherine Ann Sakura, Liberal Studies, Holdingford. Jean Marie Schaum, Social Work, Coon Rapids. Anne Marie Schlichting, Communications, St. Cloud. Carmen Elena Schmidt, Social Work, Alton, Iowa. Julie Marie Schmitz, Communication, Cold Spring. Maria Catherine Schoenberger, Music, Glencoe. Rachel Denise Schreiber, Elementary Education, Red Wing. Raina Ann Schroden, Elementary Education, St. Cloud. Shannon Marie Schrader, Psychology, Long Prairie. Gretchen Allison Schulte, Mathematics and Computer Science, Shoreview. Lindsay Marie Schwab, Sociology and Spanish, Wilmer. Katie Joy C. Huson, Elementary Education, Danube. Rena Lee Schockman, Management and Spanish, Berlin, North Dakota. Jennifer May Siegel, Psychology, Abbotsford, Wisconsin. Deborah Ann Simmons, Nutrition, Watkins. Angela Marie Sinner, Mathematics, Castleton, North Dakota. Christine Helen Smaby, Computer Science, West St. Paul. Karen Elizabeth Smith, Individualized Education, New Brighton. Jill Marie Spanier, Communication, Painesville. Jessica Ann Sparks, English, Rapid City, South Dakota. Winona Marie Speltz, Management, New Prague. Johanna Patrice Steffen, Communication, Rochester. Rebecca Ann Stadoka, Social Work, Avon. Maria Ann Stamas, Communication, Avon. Jessica Lynn Swafford Mitchell, Liberal Studies, Plymouth. Jessica Ruth Samansky, Elementary Education, North Oaks. Nathania Diane Taylor, Management, Nassau, Bahamas. Patricia Lynn Tebby, Communication, Edmond, Oklahoma. Kelly Nicole Tennyson, Mathematics and Sociology, Hudson, Wisconsin. Marcia Ann Tearway, Peace Studies, Cold Spring. Sarah Faye Torberg, Management, St. Cloud. Gail Helen Treadle, Social Work, Bolus. Ellen Marie Tuckner, Communication, St. Paul. Nicole Lindelof Tuma, Chemistry, Cambridge. Brianna Lynn Tornquist, Distinction in Communication in Spanish, Major, Egan. Mesa James Olweling, Biology, Coon Rapids. Anne Michelle Umhofer, Psychology, Dayton. Laura Margaret Van Tassel, Peace Studies, Benson. Lisa Catherine Vanusek, Elementary Education, Blaine. Alyssa Ann Verskatsi, Communication, Marshall. Paula Michelle Voigt, Social Science, Richmond. Kimberly Ann Wahovaak, Elementary Education, Brooklyn Park. Julie Ann Wagoner, English, Glencoe. Barbara Joy Wagner, Political Science, Nashua, Montana. Barbara Ann Weldon, Biology, Sleepy Eye. Catherine Ray Derry Wallace, Liberal Studies, New London. Gretchen Marie Weber, Peace Studies, Minnetonka. Kirsten Ann Wendland, Art History, Chanhassen. Katie Renee Wenger, Management in Spanish, North Mankato. Diana Marie Wenning, Management, Avon. Melissa Marie Werner, Social Work, Perham. Stacy Lynn Werner, Communication, Long Prairie. Katie Ellen White, Management, New Hope. Jennifer Lynn Wiener, Social Work, Sartell. Amber Lee Weiss, Communication, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Sarah Rose Willi, Peace Studies, Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Anne Catherine Rittrak, Accounting, Duluth. Marie Louise Vicek, Sociology, Racine, Wisconsin. Katie Lynn Watalevich, Psychology, St. James. Emily Catherine Yanez, Elementary Education, West St. Paul. Laura Diane Yokil, Accounting, Wells. Adrienne Ann Zeller, Communication, Miller, South Dakota. Carla Iris Ziegelman, Biology and Chemistry, Osakis. Desiree Jean Zimmerman, Management, Apple Valley. Nicole Marie Zittel, Social Work, Winona. Betty Ann Zollner, Individualized Management, Painesville. Dana Lee Swedo, Social Work, Ashland, Wisconsin. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Jennifer Eileen Eigner, St. Cloud. Brianne Michelle Bonfatz, Minnetonka. Jody Ann Barrett, Annandale. Jennifer Elizabeth Bauer, Hastings. Dawn Marie Bowerly, Malacca. Sarah Rebecca Bozer, St. Cloud. Emily Jean Brown, St. Cloud. Heidi Jo Bruns, Madilia. Valerie Lee Burgett, Cloquet. Susanna Christine Cook, Kirkhoven. Jackie Ann Cronin, Sauk Rapids. Amy Imelda Ellerbush, Aberdeen, South Dakota. Anne Elizabeth Fishman, Mequon, Wisconsin. Amy Louise Gruing, St. Cloud. Meredith Ann Hagen, Sacred Heart. Sarah Joy Hansen, Wilmer. Jill Marie Heron, St. Cloud. Lucia Margaret Hempel, Zimmerman. Lisa Marie Holmberg, Robbinsdale. Kelly Tong Hamsambath, St. Cloud. Karen Marie Johnson, Benson. Ruth Cecilia Jovanovich, St. Cloud. Elaine Mary Keppers, Avon. Emmeline Jean Kishel, Iron. Chris Ann Kushel, Wanda. Melissa Janelle Kubasta, Long Prairie. Elizabeth Renee Cahow, Shoreview. Joanne Sylvie Latond, Rochester. Kimberly Ann Locke, St. Joseph. Andrea Dunny Martin, Coon Rapids. Christine Marie Mossberg, Kimball. Alicia Renee Minchow, Lincoln, Nebraska. Margaret Catherine Mitchell, Billings, Montana. Heather Ann Moe, Wilmer. Claudia Maria Montefiore, St. Cloud. Jennifer Rebecca Nelson, Shakopee. Christine Saba Neppel, Egan. Katie Lee Peterson, Sartell. Carrie Patricia Funenstein, St. Joseph. Kristen Ann Pierce, Roseville. Katie Marie Romstad, St. Cloud. Jody Marie Schneider, Cold Spring. Jennifer Lynn Stelmach, St. Cloud. Stacy Ann Strew, Duluth. Shannon Michelle Thien, Rice. Shanna Joy Turek, Carver. Andrea May Udiger, Brooklyn Park. Haley Marie Vipond, Herman. Jessica Lee Wagner, Elko. Catherine Marlette Weber, Elk River. Jeanette Elizabeth Weatherby, Sartell. Elizabeth Johanna Williams, Nassau, Bahamas. Jana Marie Winter, Pipestone. Lori Rose Zink, Melrose. In memory, we cite Jennifer Ellen Bates, Green Isle. Jennifer Jean Erkins, Cold Spring. Now, please join me in giving our graduates a round of applause.
Well, congratulations to you all. You now are alumni of the College of St. Benedict. And it is now my privilege to introduce to you our trustee, Lori Rivard, who is the president of the College of St. Benedict Alumni Association. Lori Rivard is a 1981 alumna of the College of St. Benedict with a degree in Business Administration and Liberal Studies. She went on to earn her CPA in 1983 and completed her master's degree in taxation at Golden Gate University in 1986. Lori is currently a principal with Lowry Hill, a private wealth management firm in Minneapolis. She is the proud mother of Angelica, 10, and Christina, 8, who are with us today, future Bennies, we hope. Would you join me in welcoming Lori Rivard?
Way to go, girls. That's all I can say. Dear graduates of the class of 2001, congratulations. As president of the Alumni Council for the College of St. Benedict, it is my duty and pleasure to welcome you as the newest members of the Alumni Association. And it's an honor to welcome you into this association of over 16,000 incredible women. Women like you with a great deal of talent, heart, and soul. It's been 20 years, yes, 20 years, since I was sitting as you are now, patiently waiting for the commencement festivities to be over so I could get on with it, whatever it may be. But please take a moment to remember that you have not only just graduated, but you have graduated from a wonderful and magical place, a place made special because of the Benedictine values and traditions that you have experienced here, whether you were aware of it or not. Values such as spirituality, community, and hospitality. I hope that as you look back at your time here, you feel as I do, that the College of St. Benedict truly is a special place, like no other, and that the connections that you have made here and the sense of belonging to this community of women will remain with you throughout your lives. As graduates and alumni of the College of St. Benedict, you all are truly special women who belong to a very unique community. Once again, congratulations and welcome to the Alumni Association of the College of St. Benedict. Yeah. Way to go, girls.
As we conclude today's ceremony, it is appropriate that we invite the prioress of our sponsoring monastic community, Sister Ephraim Hollerman, to come and lead us in a final prayer.
It is my joy and privilege as prioress to give the final blessing today on behalf of the Sisters of the Order of St. Benedict, who founded the College of St. Benedict in 1913, who today form its corporate membership and sponsor it, and who have made their home on this campus for over 140 years. We've had a long and vital relationship with this beloved educational institution, and it gives us great pleasure to offer congratulations and to bestow our blessing upon you, the 86th class of senior women graduates. Will you all please rise for the blessing? God of the universe and of all blessing, we are filled with gratitude for the numerous gifts, the countless blessings that come to us from you. On this day and on this occasion, we are grateful for the women who stand before us, having received the reward of their personal and academic achievements here at the College of St. Benedict. They have persevered in their efforts and have readied themselves for their future mission in this world. May they witness, wherever they may be, to the Christian and Benedictine values which characterize this institution of higher learning. Bless them, their families, and all they love. Bless also all those who have served them and encouraged them during their years here, both at the College of St. Benedict and St. John's University. Bless us all, each and every one gathered here today, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.